end zone for a touchback.
Here come the Giants, led out by their former 6th overall pick out of Duke back in 2019. Daniel Jones under center.
New York State committed to Daniel Jones for a 4th season, but also made this a decisive year by declining his 5th-year option. 2022 looks like Jones' final chance to prove he can be the franchise face for the Giants, and he does have a cadre of weapons that he'll need to top his career highs of 3,000 yards and 24 touchdowns that he set as a rookie.
A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Barkley. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now Jones. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. He's able to knock that one away.
On second down, here's Barkley. Pushes him over. They find some open field here. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
40 yards rushing for him now. What a drive for him to kick off the new season.
You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Throwing, Jones. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Jones. Over the middle, complete. That's James.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Jones with a handoff to Barkley.
And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Jones. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Let's take a glance now at the Giants' picks in the 2022 draft. And, you know, they've been known in the past for drafting linemen early. And this year they kind of took that to an extreme, taking 2 of them inside the top 10 to lead an 11-player class.
And arguably the top 2 players at their positions that they got with those big guys that they selected. How about them taking Kayvon Thibodeau, 5th overall, a terrific pass rusher, and offensive tackle Evan Neal out of Alabama. They got him in the number 7 slot in the 1st round.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Taken in at the 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here come the Titans for their first possession on offense, and leading them out in his 4th season with the team, 10th overall in the NFL, Ryan Tannehill.
On first down, Tannehill. Throwing to his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Tannehill now to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked.
Darnay Holmes
With a big-time sack on third down, it's a loss of 7.
A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And the next-gen stat's going to show just how much time he had to make a decision, and it's not much. 3 seconds, the final clocking. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards.
And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Jones now on 1st down. Looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Daniel Bellinger, the intended target that time.
And it'll bring up 3rd down.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the 2nd quarter. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Barkley inside handoff. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 54 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. Here's Jones throwing on 1st down. His throw incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they're in a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 32-yard line. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. Now Jones on 1st and 10. He'll get this out to Barkley complete. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Daniel Jones, a 16-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to extend their lead. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Extra point try good by Gano, and the lead grows to 10-0. So that drive goes 8 plays and was polished off by the touchdown run from the 16-yard line. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
We'll remind you that coming up tonight, the first Sunday nighter of the new season. And how about this for a matchup? The Buccaneers and the Cowboys from Dallas, 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday night, just one game here in Week 1 this year. And it'll pit the Broncos and Seahawks as Russell Wilson makes his Bronco debut. And, of course, where is it? Seattle. Coincidence? We'll let you decide.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here's Tannehill. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Roughing the passer, defense.
Okay, so roughing the passer, I've got to imagine that's the last thing you want to see Week 1 is your quarterback taking an unnecessary hit.
I think you're exactly right about that. You hate it any week, but boy, are you on target. This is a unit that's depending on him to take him.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. But found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's the rookie, the former Wolverine, Hassan Haskins.
And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill.
That's complete to Treylon Burks.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt.
And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. On 1st down, Jones. Got his man complete over the middle. That's James. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On 1st and 10, Jones. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it but couldn't pull it in.
They'll look to throw again.
He's got Slayton on the slant.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And now comes the field goal unit on. And boy, this is asking an awful lot here. Maybe that's an understatement. This kick to shatter the NFL record, a 69-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. The lead will hold at 10. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the 2nd quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Tannehill. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Back to the air. Tannehill on 2nd down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Tannehill. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And quickly, they get to the line. From the 25 on 2nd down, Jones, and he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Jones on 1st down. And this one is incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Jones.
That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it, but couldn't pull it in.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. And that is incomplete.
Has been a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
It looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season as we move right along to the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
The Titans getting set to go here to begin the third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half. I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the...
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
It's a 40-yard punt, but they lose yardage on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 44.
They'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley.
And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it again with Barkley. And the spin looked pretty, but more for style points as the real estate evaporated quickly there.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. James has got it. Complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play.
While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest.
Here's a sneak with Jones.
And he is going to have the Giants first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Up the middle with Barkley. And he's brought down.
73 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Well, with Saquon Barkley, you often think of the elusiveness, the quickness, but he can definitely run with purpose as well, and he's able to shed a tackler there and continue on.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley.
A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Giants are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game. So they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
Gano the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. A 10-play drive that time, and it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On 2nd down, here's a run from Haskins.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Tannehill. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now
as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over.
Possession switching back to the New York Giants.
And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. Back now in Nashville. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. Jones now off the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. And he fires one, but incomplete.
They sure went against conventional wisdom, calling a pass on 3rd and inches.
Had to be thinking to themselves, the defense is going to overcommit against the run. Should be an easy pitch and catch. Didn't turn out that way.
And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. A handoff, Barkley running left. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 92 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll go to Barkley again. And he is going to get this close to the 1st down markers. He's brought down at the Titans 39. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. Yeah, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 1st down for the Giants as they pick up 12. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
They'll try the right side here. Barkley. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. Boy, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Jones. There, that's complete to Shepard. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 18 yards that time to push him up, 1st and goal. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Looking to throw. Jones. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and goal. And he finds Shepard. Touchdown, Giants! 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Giants are closing in on that 4th quarter lead. Gano for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Tennessee offense set to go again. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Tannehill. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Desperation time for Tannehill on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line. Now out come the Giants. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
On 2nd and 7, Jones. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown.
Well, Charles, no matter what the prognosticators say before the season, whether they think you're going to be good, bad, or somewhere in the middle, you never quite know how week 1 is going to play out. But for them, it has been an impressive performance, and they are well on their way to a 1-0 start.
Yeah, it's a lot like opening up presents, isn't it, partner? You're not quite sure what's inside, but you're hopeful, right? In this case, exactly what they were looking for, exactly what they need.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Here we go. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now,
as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. With it is Jackson. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And New York set to take the field.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Here's Jones on 3rd down. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That one looks like he'll throw here. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Now Jones throwing on 1st down.
Once again, he finds Slayton.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now a play fake here on 1st down.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Titans are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
Well, they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. To throw again on second down. Tannehill. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here's Tannehill. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now,
as he's on to punt for Tennessee. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line.
Charles, when you look at the stat sheet, you realize that both sides of the ball were so dominant in this game. And on offense, not only did they score it, but they did it through the air as well as on the ground. Everything was working.
And you know that the guys who scored the touchdowns, who contributed that way, that threw them or ran them, they're going to find our cameras and have a big grin for them. But I hope our cameras find that offensive line. How versatile were they? Moved the ball on the ground, moved people so they could run it, and then protected their passers so they could throw it.
So for the Giants, you can't ask for a better start as they pitch a shutout here in the opener. And they'll return home next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Titans, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills.